Your ringer's off. Your ringer's off. See, it's not playing. That's what I was saying. It didn't go last time. Ooh.
Is
You
it?
look handsome. Huh? I said you look handsome.
Well, thank you, so sweet. Well, I mean, you are looking gorgeous, girl. You made me look good, baby. But
Yeah, that's what I was noticing last time. Did you circulate any? I tried to do it, but I tell your friends to come on.
yeah, I had dropped it to some people at work.
Not just to fly it. I said your page because some people have a hard time going to your page, baby.
I ain't put it on my
We got
page.
some viewers.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Come on in. Come on
Who
in.
is it that we had?
I think last time we had it flipped our way. I was able to touch it without my finger getting on there. My bad, y'all.
It doesn't let us see. Wow. Hey, y'all.
I gotta get a new case because you can see the little glares and stuff.
Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? Say hi, y'all. Let us know y'all here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, they gave it, somebody gave it a thumbs up. Yay, yay.
What's up?
Hold on,
Where you
back.
watching us from? Babe, you could turn that light off in the back, too.
All right, hold up.
Come on in. Come on in. Share with other couples that you know.
All right, we're in the studio now.
We got a studio for you.
Well, actually, downstairs.
Yeah, we gotta design that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're in the studio, so I gotta
Good
get the studio
evening,
voice.
everyone.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
Good evening.
evening. I know it was two people that are here. It was three. We're just waiting for some more people to come in. They're in and out.
Yeah. Looking good, girl, in that yellow.
Thank you.
Yellow brings out the beauty in your eyes.
Like, oh boy.
I'm pretty sure they be like, that's lame, bro. That's so lame.
I'm so hungry.
Me too. It's okay, though.
I'm thinking one day we need to just have a live
While we eat.
while we're eating and just
I
talking.
thought about it when I was in the shower.
Yeah, it's just like,
Y'all gonna see us munch down that day.
yeah, you're going to hear Daniel not talking, him eating.
I'll say something.
You're like, what's up? God is good.
Like,
Food is
praise
good.
him. Bless his food in the name of Jesus.
We're going to get some people in here. They were here and then they were gone.
Yeah, well, somebody's back. Say hello. Let us know where you're from.
Good evening, and happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Well, happy for y'all. I have to work tomorrow, so y'all are lucky.
Still happy Friday.
Well, it's a blessed Friday, that's for sure. He definitely blessed us to get through most of it. Hallelujah.
Let's give to like, if we have enough people, like 10. I wonder who that is. Anyway, we can't see the comments. That's the only thing that bothers me. I can't see the comments, and we should be able to see while we're live.
Yeah, you see them as they pop up, and people gotta say something.
Oh.
Remember last time they started popping up from the bottom?
But usually it tells you, doesn't it tell you the name of the person so that we can say hello?
When they say something.
Oh, so we
Can somebody say hello so she can see it?
Yeah, don't be rude. Say hello.
That maybe that'll help her out, please. Say hello.
Maybe I should just next time bring my laptop or my tablet so I can see and look too and say hello.
Yeah, that might work. That probably work. I was say you want to put the board behind you so the name can pop up on the board.
Then it would be hard to read. It would be hard to read. Let's see.
Did you check is it on your page? Did it come up on yours?
Probably
I'll
so.
tag both
We'll
of them.
see. I'll check now.
But there it is on that one.
Yeah, I just added it. There it is.
There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Can y'all say hi so she can see y'all comments and make sure y'all here?
Good evening. Good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
How y'all doing today? Hopefully everybody had a blessed week.
I had a character building week.
Yeah.
But I made
Definitely,
it. My piece is intact.
Yeah, I think it was character building for both of us. On different levels.
Yeah, man.
But that's what God does. So it's always character building and learning.
I be wanting some days off though, real talk.
Yeah. Hey there, sis.
Hey, Rach.
She said, hey, y'all.
Hey, girl. Thank you for supporting as always.
Bless you, my child. Let me stop. Oh, man. Come on, y'all. Say hi so Chelsea can say hi back.
Yes. Hey, Rachel. I see some people coming in. Where are you watching from?
Yeah, throw where you're from out there. Come on in.
Well, I'll tell you, let's just start.
Right,
She said, I'm watching from my sofa.
I'm so jealous.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we'll do it from the sofa, too.
You think?
That'd be cool.
I don't know. We'll
Sofa
see.
conversation.
Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe one day we can do that. Yeah. We change it around. Well, good evening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Covenant Conversations.
I'm Daniel.
And I am Chelsea. And we are the Davises. And we are the Davises. Did we say that? I'm going to say it again. We are the Davises.
Georgia in the house. Yeah.
Where we have honest conversations that strengthen Christ-centered marriages and protect the covenant that God established.
And we're so happy that you have chosen to spend your Friday evening with us.
Yes, we are. Whether you've been married 1 year, 50 years, engaged, or just dating, you are welcome here. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you believe tonight's conversation is going to help others, we encourage you to share this live. Yeah, definitely share this live.
Please share it live. Tonight's conversation is going tonight's covenant conversation, let me put it that way, It's called Say It Like You Love Me.
That's right. Say it again.
Say it like you love me.
Yeah,
Like that
say,
one, Barry White?
no, I don't like the Barry
Say
White.
it like you love me.
Okay, now. All right. So, as you know, my husband has basically told you what the topic is. Say it like you love me. So, have you ever walked away from a conversation thinking, that is not what I meant? Or maybe your spouse didn't say anything wrong, but their tone left you feeling hurt. Tonight, we're talking about how our words and our tone can either strengthen our marriage or slowly weaken it.
Ephesians 4:29 reminds us to use words that build up and minister grace to those who hear them.
So I'm going to ask you guys first. I'm going to pose a question. What's harder to recover from? Harsh words or harsh tone? Tell us in the comments, and we're going to sit back and read your responses.
That's a good one. Yeah, we got to give them time to type.
What's hard to recover from? Do you think it's hard to recover from harsh words or a harsh tone? Let's give people time to respond. I
said
saw, let's
words.
give people time to respond. Yeah. What you think? Don't say nothing yet. Just
Yeah, I'm thinking. That's a real good question. Really makes you think of how you talk to people, how people talk to you.
well, Rachel says words.
Words.
So for her, it's words. Oh no, but I think. Well, what about you? What do you think?
I can. It says a toss up, but I probably would go with.
I'm going with tone because my words can be real and truthful, but if my tone is off, it's hard to receive. So I'm going to go with tone.
Well, if you're going tone, I'm gonna go words.
Why?
Cause I want to go the opposite way.
Okay, look, you want to go rogue. Hey, Jerome.
Well, what's up, bro? Yeah, but now, yeah. See, it's the words with the tone. You know, some people, the words themselves hurt some people. Some people, the tone. You know, so yeah.
If you're just coming in, Jerome, the topic is say it like you love me. And the question is, what's harder right now? We want to know what's harder to recover from, harsh words or a harsh tone? Let us know in the comments. So, Daniel, what do you think is hard?
Ooh, yeah, man. I said words.
Words,
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
And I say tone. I say tone.
Oh, actually, you know what?
No, stick with it, bro. You can't recant what you said. Just you already said words, bro.
I'm gonna stick with it. Jeez.
So, Jerome, which is hard to recover from, harsh words or a harsh tone?
said harsh tone.
See, he knows. He knows. He knows. Yes, I agree. Harsh tone. So I believe my sister Rachel said words. Tell us some of the reasons why you feel that way, though. Like, tell us in the comments why you feel words are harder to take and why a harsh tone is harder to recover from. Let us know in your comments.
That's a make you think question, though.
I mean, for me, at first I wanted to say both. They're equal.
I was gonna think. That's what I said. It's
But-
a toss up.
You know, Rachel says I had to spice it up with words because I knew everyone was going to say tone.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so now you piggybacking.
No. I said I went the opposite of where you went.
I know.
But like I was thinking about today at work,
Oh, yeah.
and I had a rough time. My words were fine, but my tone got a little hot. You know. So yeah. So
Or our conversation last night.
yeah. But you, everything was just so lovely. You did your thing last night. We had a conversation last night, and sometimes her tone could be, when I know she's frustrated, her tone could be a little, hey, and but last night she said she would talk. We had a nice conversation. She said it with such grace and love. I just had to take it because she said it with love. Jerome said, my lady get on me daily about how I come off. For me, it could be, yeah. That's that tone. Yeah.
Definitely the tone for me. But I can say words too. What's that saying? Sticks and stones
Will break
my bones, but words will never
hurt me.
Yeah,
words do hurt.
but words do hurt.
But words have life.
Yeah, the Bible says that there's power and death in the tongue, life and death in the tongue.
Yep.
We either can build up or tear down.
Yep.
So for me, I chose tone because I know I am forthright, and sometimes I can say the most sincerest, realest, accurate, correct, undisputable thing. But the tone can be so off that a person won't receive it. And I can say that. I in the past, I used to proudly say that, oh, I'm brutally blunt.
Yeah.
I no longer choose to be that type of person. I don't want to injure with my words, and nor do I want to be injured with someone else's words. But my tone really does matter, because at the end of the day, for me, am I trying to vent when I'm trying to get my point across, or do I want to educate? And for me, I don't like speaking multiple times. So I'm forced to get to a point and communicate where that person hears me and is able to receive me, because I don't want to speak multiple times. And also in the back of my head, I have that saying, you have a right to be heard, but it doesn't mean someone has to take you seriously. And most people have already checked out when your tone is off.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, I remember back in the day when we was married the first time, and you was like, what gets on your nerve? And I'd be like, it's not what you say, it's how you saying it. And like, it would be, she'd be right, but it's just that tone, man. Yeah, it'll definitely throw you. So, yeah. So Chelsea, from your perspective, what are some things that tend to frustrate wives during conversations?
Ugh, gosh. I don't even think it's wives only, just women. Where do I begin?
Oh, boy.
Jerome says, well, sometimes I feel like that other person feels that they not being heard.
Yeah.
Compromise is key.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when they're dominating the conversation. I'm very detail oriented, and the teacher in me breaks things down, so I can be long-winded, but so can Daniel. And I'd be like, can you get to the point? Sometimes it happens like that sometimes.
But sometimes I take her on a journey so I can get the point across.
Yeah.
And she don't want to go on a journey with me. She just want me to speed through the lights and, and just take it home.
No. But no, back to the question. What are some things that tend to frustrate wives or just frustrate women in general? I believe many women and wives, we simply want to be heard. We want to feel heard, just like how Jerome was saying, sometimes we're not heard and we want to be heard. Many wives, many women appreciate knowing that their thoughts and feelings matter to our partners, our spouses, and we want you to hear us before you try to solve the problem. A lot of men want to be the fixer, picker, upper. They want to be our heroes. They want to immediately resolve the problem. But sometimes when you interrupt us and don't fully hear us, it's frustrating to us because sometimes we feel dismissed, or when you cut us off in the midst of the conversation, you can be defensive. Men can be defensive at times, and at that time, we're looking for you to understand and hear us. And truth be told, you can't really help us resolve the problem until you truly understand what we're saying. But a lot of times, you assume that you know what we're going to say, and you don't. And so you're not hearing our heart. And that's when it can be hard to communicate. And, or when the tone becomes, like we said, harsh. We can get frustrated when communicating if we feel like your tone is off, or if your tone is harsh, or if you're talking to us in a condescending manner. So for a lot of women, you're looking to hear the kindness. We're looking to see the patience, and we're also looking to see the emotional safety, so that we know that even in a difficult or uncomfortable situation, that you technically have an ear to hear, but you're eager to hear, but also you're creating an atmosphere for us to feel comfortable and not nervous coming to you. So that, in my opinion, is one of the things that we're looking for.
Okay. Rome said, I feel you, brother. That your face does. Yeah. But I love it, boy, I tell you. Let's see. What do you think husbands can do to help create that kind of environment?
I think that when we're dealing in relationships, whether we're husbands or
significant
others, I would say the first thing to do is listen. I mean, the same letters that are in the word listen are in the word silent. So how are you truly hearing us if you're not silent? So the first thing I would say is listen, and not necessarily listening to respond, but to understand. Because a lot of times when you don't interrupt a person and you totally fix yourself on hearing that person out, the thoughts in your head that you have, oh man, she about to rag on me, she about to nag me, or she about to kirk out on me, accuse me of something. If you really hear us, you can hear our heart. You may see tears. You may, you may see or witness heavy breathing, but even that shows you that we're trying to speak our heart. And for us, just listen. And then if you don't understand, ask questions. Don't assume you know.
That's true.
Ask questions, because assumptions aren't good. And just know that sometimes we're not always looking for you to give us an immediate solution. We just want you to listen.
I get that.
We just need to know that our spouses or our partners care enough to first understand our heart. If you can do that, a lot of the communication problems won't be as complicated, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, with Jerome, let's see.
So Jerome says, so what happens when you both get mad? Do you sleep in separate rooms or the bottom of the bed? I'm going to let him answer that question.
Well, what I can say for this time around, with us reconciling everything, we have definitely learned to talk things out. Now, I know a couple times I did go to sleep, a couple times, but lately, if something's bothering us, we try to definitely resolve it before we go to bed, because you never want to let the sun go down on stuff like that, because you never know when your last time may be your last time. Also, take a beat, get yourself together, get your thoughts together, and just communicate. Like we were talking about earlier, last night, something she wanted to talk about, and we took the time and we sat down and we talked. We had our time with the children, and then I sent them to their room and we sat up and we talked. And I think we spent maybe a couple hours. I was talking.
Hours too.
Yeah, it was about a couple hours. I was tired. Had got home and everything, and spent a little time with the kids, prayed with them, and then, we had our time. and that's our QT time, our quality time. But we sat down, we talked, communicated. She communicated her points, I communicated some points. Made sure we understood each other, because listening is listening. I was telling my boss today at work with my situation. I said, you know, the young lady tried to say I didn't listen. I said I listened, but listening goes both ways. You know, you can't just say somebody ain't listening to you, but you're not listening to them attentively as well. So it goes both ways. And so we we make sure we listen both ways, so that way we get an understanding, and so we can resolve whatever the issue is. And one thing I had to learn was that it's not a confrontation; it's a conversation. Or ain't that how you say it?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
conversation, not a
Yeah,
confrontation.
conversation, not a conversation. So I used to look at stuff as a confrontation, and that leads to people being right here. That leads to people going to bed at night mad.
May I interject for a
Yes.
second? So, because this is where my sweetheart, he gets long-winded and goes around the mulberry bush a little bit, but he asked a question: what happens when you both get mad? Do you sleep or separate rooms or the bottom of the bed? So basically, he's looking to know, what do you do when you get mad?
Oh, we first off, we calm down. We gotta check ourselves, check your ego.
So
Yeah, but we check our
we
ego.
have a rule.
Yeah.
The rule is we don't go to bed angry.
Yeah.
You can't turn your back to me. I can't turn my back to you.
Absolutely.
We don't get to go to bed angry. That's the rule that we have. And if you stick to that, no matter how angry you are,
Yeah, you got it.
you can center yourself. Now, Daniel's known to say, give me a minute, Chelsea. Sweetheart, give me a minute. When he calls me sweetheart, I already know I'm getting on his nerves. So that helps me to fix my face.
Sweetheart.
Yeah. Fix my face, because maybe my tone or my body language may be, aggravating him. So for me, I'm going to just say it like this. I know females don't like to hear it. Daniel will never tell me to shut up, but that's my inner alarm. Girl, shut up, because you're getting on his nerves. And so for me, it's like, girl, shut up. Send to yourself, give him his space, and he'll come back. And then he'll come back and we'll talk. And if he says, I'm not ready to talk about it, then we don't talk about it. But he cannot go to sleep until he tells me we'll reconvene the next day at this time.
Right.
So for us, sometimes you have to know, if we're too emotional, it's probably not the best time to talk about something. But when that person communicates that, give them their space. Don't go behind them, chasing them down. No, we're going to talk right now. I can't beat him. I'm 5'3". He's 6'4". I'm not doing all that. Okay? But I know how to get on my knees and pray and tell my big daddy, my heavenly father, get him. So that's what I know what to do. So we don't go to bed angry. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Can't go to bed angry. Another thing is, you see how close we are? When Daniel's angry, I touch. Because I need him to know that I'm not trying to fight him. And I need him to feel my
they can't see
gentleness. I need him to feel my gentleness, to let him know, hey, I know you're upset right now. I probably ticked you off, or this topic or subject may be aggravating you, but I love you and I don't want us to be at odds. And that usually helps with him, because I'm irresistible to him, so usually that helps. Yeah.
It helps.
Yes, it usually helps. But to answer your question, Jerome, the rule in our home is we can't go to bed angry.
Yeah. And there's no sleeping in another room at all. No, we're not giving no room to the devil. And most time, if her back is turned to me, we're cuddling while we go to sleep. So there's, because I like to touch too. So so for me, it helps. And like sometimes when I know I frustrated her, she'll say, Daniel, not right now. She'll tell me that not right now. And okay. And I'll come back. But I'm always trying to do something, even if I made her angry, I'm always trying to do something to make her smile. So I'll sit there and I'll kind of throw a joke out there, or I'll make a crazy face that I think she might laugh at, just to kind of break through that barrier of of her emotions. But yeah, you can't let the devil in, bro. Sleep in the same room. You know, as we say, man up on it. Own your emotions, man up on it, woman up on it, and deal with the issues. You know, it's never too big. It's never too big.
Yeah.
It's never too big for a conversation. Yep. So if there's any other questions, y'all just throw them in there. We'll definitely try to get to it. Where we at? Ladies, what's one thing your husband says or significant other says that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, or safe? And we'll read what you put in the comments. What's one thing that your husband or significant other says that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, or safe? And throw it in the comments. And Jerome, you can ask your lady. And whoever else is on here, y'all ask, you know, if it's guys, ask your female friends or significant other, whatever you have going on.
I'm trying to think. You do so many things.
Of course I do.
What your husband says that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, or safe? I'm thinking. I'm reading back the question. What is it that your husband says that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, or safe?
Yeah.
Not the yeah. I mean,
You
definitely.
thought that Barry White.
Whatever. He's so whack. That's what I'm talking about. He tells jokes. He tells jokes. Let me see what it says. So for me, when Daniel, when he says, "Let's pray,"
Oh yeah.
even when I'm upset, it just does something to me because I know that prayer works. So when he tells me, "Let's pray," that makes me feel loved and that makes me feel safe. What's the question? She's hopping on the live now. Okay, go ahead. Tell them the question.
The question is, what's one thing that your significant other does that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, and safe? And this is for the ladies. So this will be for your lady. What's one thing that you do that immediately makes her feel loved, valued, or safe? Yeah, y'all can type it in. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one.
Yeah. While we wait on their comments.
But you said prayer for you?
For me, prayer, because when you say, "Baby, sweetheart, let's just pray."
Well, sometimes lately I just go to straight praying. I don't even ask.
Just when he just says, "Let's pray," that makes me feel safe. It makes me feel valued and loved. Why? It makes me feel loved is because the greatest thing a person can do for me is pray for me in my time of need, especially when I know, one, he can get a prayer through, and two, I don't have the words. And it's very rare that I don't have the words to pray. But when I get silent like that and I am in that mode, him praying for me, it's just something about a man covering you, praying for you, even when he's probably battling himself or not able to resolve the problem and it bothers him. Just him ushering his wife into the presence of the Lord and knowing that, you know what, I can't do this. This is bigger than me, but I know a God that is greater. And then him taking my cares and his cares and going before our Heavenly Father on my behalf. Yeah, that makes me feel loved, valued, and safe. For me.
Yeah.
For me.
You know.
He says, my lady named Ethel, she sent me both of you a friend request, but we watching now. She has 1,000 questions. Well, go ahead, Ethel.
Oh, Lord.
Go ahead and ask those questions, sweetie.
Hey, ain't no wrong with that.
Anybody else, any other female in the comments, go ahead and put your comments. The question is, what's one thing that your husband or your significant other says that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, or safe? Let us know in the comments.
Well, I didn't realize that it senses you like that. But the only thing I be trying to do, only thing that I really try to do with prayer is invite God into the situation, you know?
Yeah, it definitely touches me because if I'm angry, I can't stay angry when I'm praying.
Yeah. That's
Or if I'm hurting, I can get the cry out while you're praying. It's a release.
Yeah. I just try to invite God in. God can handle it better than I can. So why not bring him into the situation even more, you know? Yep.
I don't know. I don't think I see any females with any responses. Let's just put the question out one more time.
Okay, the question is, ladies, for the ladies, what's one thing your husband or significant other says that immediately makes you feel loved, valued, or safe? And we'll give you a little bit, couple minutes here, and if you got a response, give you time to type it in. Yeah. That's like that phrase. Don't tell your God about your situation. Tell your situation about your God.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, 1,001 questions.
Okay.
Disaster.
So for Rachel, Rachel says, asking me how I feel, not how I'm doing, but feel. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. That is definitely a big thing.
Okay. That's a good one.
Who
Actually,
else? Say,
Oh, this is Alpha. Okay.
okay.
She
Oh, I
got her
don't know how to
1,001
get this.
questions going on. Okay. All right.
I do have a response. Okay. Ethel says, I love when Jerome holds me because this is something that I'm not used to. I feel safe when he opens up to me about his feelings.
That'll make a lot of women feel safe too.
Exactly. You feel so basically you like when he engages you,
And embraces
comforts you and embraces you, but also when he's intimate with his communication and
vulnerable.
words. Yes.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, okay.
That's real good. That's actually a big key for getting through a situation, the vulnerability. Because I know when I open up, like, what was it, yesterday? I was telling you about what God was talking to me about. Yeah, and I got I was at work, just being vulnerable with what God was sharing with me. And I mean, baby girl was all cheesing on the phone and stuff.
Yeah, because it's not often that Daniel complains. Even today, he texts me, babe, I need you to pray. Man, I was honored to go in and war on behalf of my king. Because they
Yes, you
be
did.
trying to hold everything in and keep it together. And forgetting that I'm a prayer warrior. You ain't said nothing, bro. But yeah, that's exactly, I agree with you, Ethel. That's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, but it's very much needed too. That embrace, like I try to embrace her at times. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But I do know that prayer. It changes things.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
All right. All right. So, from a wife's perspective, what are some statements that may cause her to feel dismissed during a conversation?
I'm going to say that question again. So, from a wife's perspective, Daniel's asked me, what are some statements that may cause her to feel dismissed during a conversation?
That's good.
I don't like when we tell them something and why are you overreacting? Like, don't minimize my pain, my hurt, my feelings to a statement as why are you overreacting? Or if you say it's not that serious, what? It's clearly serious to me. Or okay, I think you're being too emotional. Or God forbid if they say, okay, can you just let it go? You can't do that. You cannot.
Did I say it before? I think I did it in our first marriage.
Yeah, you did. Not now.
I
Yeah,
ain't do that.
in our first marriage we did that. But yeah, so I think you said you're overreacting. It's not that serious.
Yeah, I know I said it's not that serious.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
I
guilty- I'm
personally
guilty of
don't
that.
like that, and I know a lot of women don't like that. Even if the husband sees the situation differently, just you saying those statements is a sign of you, one, not respecting and acknowledging her feelings, and it shows that you're dismissing her feelings, and you don't realize that it's only going to make the communication and the conversation harder to have. You know, I think a healthy response is, sweetheart, I may not see it the same way you see it, at least not right now, but I want to understand why this is affecting you this way. When you respond that way, we're more inclined to open up to you, because it's showing that you have a genuine need to understand and that you're not dismissing us. You know, it kind of like keeps the conversation open without requiring the other spouse also to pretend that they agree about something or everything when they really don't. So just the transparency, but also not dismissing us when we're communicating the problem and saying stuff like, it's not that serious, or you're too emotional, or can we just let this go? No, we can't let this go. I'm not too emotional. You're not emotional enough. You know, these are the thoughts that come to our head.
And that's what you said.
Rachel says it's always that serious. For real, if we're not happy, then it's something serious.
Yeah.
Jerome, Ethel says, this is Ethel again. To answer your question, when he says, I don't feel like dealing with this, or he will leave the room for his own peace instead of wanting to fix the issue. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Now, I will say this. Sometimes leaving the room may be the best thing at that time, because you got to give him a moment to process, and then hopefully he comes back. Because I know that's like equivalent to me telling Chelsea, Chelsea, give me a minute. You know, but I would say this for Jerome. If you got to leave the room, at least let her know you're acknowledging her statement on how she's feeling, but tell her just give you a minute so you can gather yourself, because you don't want to come off wrong, like we were talking a little earlier, in the wrong tone. Because see, that's when like I did that. I used to walk out, and it would infuriate her even more.
Because I don't like to be dismissed.
Yeah, exactly, and that'll really cause a bigger rift than what's already going on, and you know, and then you don't want that to become a bigger disconnect than it already is.
Ethel says he leaves the house for hours. Okay, so in this sense right here, from a woman's point of view, Jerome, I'm just going to communicate this. Remember what I said earlier, when you minimize our pain or our feelings, not only does it hurt us, but we don't feel safe.
Yeah.
So I think also, Ethel, if he says he needs space, as women, we have to give the men the space. One, because we don't want them to talk harshly to us in tone or with their words. We want them to be emotionally mature and even keel, so that they're able to express themselves in a manner that we can receive them. But at the same time, Jerome, I think when you need to know that when you leave the home for long hours, you leave her mind is just going back and forth. One, because you left out angry. I can't speak for Ethel, but if my husband leaves out the house for 4 hours, I'm not only upset, but I'm worried, because if he's angry, sometimes when you're angry, you drive aggressively, or you're hostile, and if someone does something to rub you wrong out in the street, you know, anything can happen. So we have to use wisdom. 4 hours is excessive, to be sincere.
I would recommend, just if you can, leave out the room, go to another room, you know, and just kind of gather yourself. Do something to calm yourself down. I know you play drums, so if you got a set in the house, you need to bang off some steam on the set, go for it. You know, like one thing I used to do, I think at Old House, I would get on the piano and just play for a while, just to kind of relax me. Another thing I used to do, play PlayStation. Jump on there, play a game of Madden or something like that. It's going to give me a little time to decompress my mind. But you got to find your rhythm with each other, so that when you do get in those modes or you do get upset, you're not leaving out the house like that. Mm-hmm. You know, 'cause like I was saying earlier, we're going to sleep. Even if you leave out the house, you never know if that's the last time you're going to leave out the house. You know, because you never know what's going on out here in these streets. So always try to leave. If you got to go out, leave on a good note if you can. And that would be what I recommend for you, bro. Because, you know, you don't want your lady at home stressed out and, you know, and worrying and stuff like that.
Jerome says, oh, hit that so I can see more of it, baby. Jerome says, can you accept her friend request, please? Since she want to tell on me. Tell on me. How about putting you on Do Not Disturb? And don't... Okay.
Well, I can't do it right now because my phone is the one being used.
So these are great questions, but it sounds like you guys need a session with us. So you need to invest in that if you wanted to answer those questions. We'll gladly have a session with you.
Absolutely.
Offline for that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
What was another question that we had? We can do this one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, everybody. What does speaking respectfully to a wife look like when a husband strongly disagrees with her? Boy. Yeah, that is a good one.
You gotta say that again.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Say that question again, baby.
The question is, what does speaking respectfully to a wife or significant other look like when a husband or significant other strongly disagrees with her?
So, for me, it means remembering that this disagreement doesn't cancel out my dignity. Like you can't just talk to me any type of way. You can say, I see this differently, but don't tell me that don't make no sense. You sound stupid right now. Or there you go. You always doing that rah, rah, rah. That, that right there is, you know, a no-no. And so what we can do is say, let's slow down. Let's slow down and talk this through instead of raising our voice. You know, he can address the issue without attacking her intelligence. There are some men that talk down to their wives and make them feel insignificant, or partners that make them feel insignificant, especially if they are very scholarly. And their wife may not be as educated or have a vast vocabulary. I've seen it happen many times where they talk to their spouses or their partners in such a condescending, demeaning way. And so you have to respect her intelligence. You have to respect her character and her emotions.
Absolutely.
Respect is especially important when you're having a disagreement, because that is when your love is being tested the most.
Absolutely.
And if it's being tested and you're harsh, then you're definitely not expressing love. What's the opposite of love?
Hate.
Okay. Great disdain. So for me, remembering that just because we have a disagreement, that doesn't cancel my dignity. You talk to me with respect. You honor me. That is what I feel my husband can do for me when he strongly disagrees with me.
Well, if I strongly disagree with you, I'm like, okay, I mean, it is what it is. We disagree, we disagree. As long as we understand that we're still in this thing together.
Yeah.
And one thing I made sure I never try to disrespect her when we converse like that. Because I mean, she might have a valid point, but I just might just disagree and think my valid point's better.
Yeah.
So
It sometimes it's like that. It's
you know?
like that.
But I mean, but then you also can come together and say, hey, look, we agree to disagree on this. But you keep moving forward because the thing is, you're still together. You're still pushing forward together.
Exactly. You fight the storms, not each other.
Exactly. How important is reassurance after a difficult conversation or disagreement?
Reassurance is definitely necessary.
Yeah.
I believe reassurance matters deeply to many women,
And men,
even when the issue is not fully resolved. Because when we hear "I love you" and that you're still in it with us, or we're going to work through this, or thank you for talking to me, that reminds us that the relationship is still secure. Because conflict should not leave us feeling like the relationship is over, or that whether the covenant that we have is in danger, or that you're going to leave us. The goal is not to pretend that nothing happened. The goal is to remind one another that there is a problem, but it's something that we're going to face together. So we need that assurance, because sometimes when you leave out the house for 4 hours, we don't know if you're going to come back. And regardless of whatever the topic is, there's a level of assurance that every woman needs to feel. They need to feel safe. And God forbid if that woman had abandonment issues, if her father wasn't in her life the way he should have been, or if she's dealt with rejection, all that just compiles more pain and more hurt. So we definitely need to know that and feel that assurance and see that you are still rocking with us, even though we disappointed you or made you angry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but a difficult conversation is that. It's just a difficult conversation. It's not the end of the world. You take it. Like I said earlier, you own your emotions in it. And that's one thing I had to learn, to own my emotions in these conversations, because I can't stand difficult conversations. But I own my emotions, take it on the chin, whether good or bad, and then we keep rolling. Because I think at the end of the day, your spouse still needs to know that you choose them.
Yeah.
And they still need to understand it. We in this thing together. And I know one thing for us, our thing is we just say what it is. We work in our marriage. So
Absolutely.
So that's what it is.
So we're going to switch it up a bit because, Daniel asked me a lot of questions from a woman's point of view, a wife's point of view. But we want to switch it up because it can't be one-sided. We got to let, the men speak. We got to let my husband tell us some of the things that, he doesn't like, or men don't, necessarily care for. So Daniel, we talked about what many wives appreciate when it comes to communication and what we dislike. But now I want to hear from you. We want to hear from you from your perspective. What are some things you believe many husbands appreciate or struggle with when it comes to communication? Not just husbands, but just men in general. What do you believe that many men appreciate or struggle with when it comes to communication?
That's a great question. I certainly can't speak for every husband, that's for sure. But I believe many husbands would agree with some common themes. Let's see. We appreciate let's go with the appreciation of it. Or struggle with in a common community. Now, communication is definitely key in a relationship. We all understand that part. But I know for me, this time around, communication has definitely been key because it's helping me to learn, it's helping me to adapt, and it's helping me to to actually be more intimate with my wife in ways that I wasn't doing before. And it really helps you feel them out. It helps you, let's see, how do I put that? It helps you understand where they're coming from her side, her perspective. The struggle will be, sometimes we don't want to talk. Sometimes we just be like, okay, but it's not really a struggle if you want to make sure that your home is in order and in the right place. If you want to make sure that y'all still vibing on the same vibe, as y'all young folk would say, they say a lot of things are vibes, but if you vibing with somebody, if you feeling them like that, you're gonna want to communicate, even if it's not a lot, but you want to make sure y'all still clicking together. And like I was saying with me yesterday, sharing some things with Chelsea, and coming to find out we was thinking the same thing, just hadn't talked about it because I didn't communicate. But now that I did communicate, we understand the agreement is there, and the communication it was actually a good thing.
Jerome says, I can agree as far as talking. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, that communication, if you don't appreciate it, then you diminish it. And when you diminish it, then she might feel dismissed. So, so it's very key to a lot of things that a lot of things in a relationship. It's key to a relationship being successful, let me put it that way. So, yeah.
But what are some of the things that you struggle? Well, we women want to know, what are the things that you struggle with when it comes to communication? Just like how we share things that you don't like when women do, your wife does, and stuff like that. Because we want to hear Mel's point of view. And Jerome, you can put a statement out about what you don't like from a male's point of view as well. All the men.
What's the struggle? Shoot, the struggle part of the communication? I don't know, because I mean, it's not really a struggle. Sometimes I just don't feel like talking, but at the same time, like I say, you gotta communicate, you gotta get it out. It might not be the right timing on some things, on some issues. And then some issues, I might need to process. That might be a struggle for the communication part. Because I got to process what we're talking about, make sure I come to you, in the right tone, right manner. But as far as, I don't really see the struggle. I really don't see a struggle with communication with you. Now, with other people, I've had struggle with communications because they just, it wasn't edifying the relationship. It was.
That's the point. Mel's point of view. It doesn't necessarily have to be with me.
I know what you know.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with you the longest.
Jerome, you could put a statement out. We don't want it to be one-sided. It's not necessarily what someone is doing now. It could be something that you've gone through in the past. We want to understand the things that women do when a man is trying to communicate that can turn him off, that can disappoint him, that can frustrate him.
Would that turn me off? I would say, he said, what did he say?
When you said nothing wrong, and she asked 10 times. Bro, we went through this 2 weeks ago when he said nothing was wrong, and it was clearly something wrong because he put the trash cans in the wrong place.
It was something wrong.
Oh, bro, we know when it's something wrong.
But for me, yeah. But now, okay. It was a struggle for communicating that moment because I was pissed.
But he told me nothing was wrong.
I thought it was something wrong.
He said it was nothing wrong. So technically he told a lie.
I did tell a lie.
And I'm like, baby, that's not true. Chelsea, I'm getting back because you're telling me. And I'm like, no, babe, you are upset. Look at you. You're angry. Yeah, your voice is elevated. And the crazy
was, she was sitting there. She was sitting in the bed.
So calmly.
No, but she was looking so sexy at the moment. And I was like, I was trying not to be upset because she was looking so good.
Oh, yeah, because he wanted some. That's what it was. He was like, he didn't want to ruin it for later, but he did, ruin it. I'm like, boy.
Change the whole mode of the once I got myself together, I came back in there. I tried to make her out. baby, I apologize. It ain't worked though. Not that night. Not that night.
By the time
Ruined
he
the
came
moment.
back,
Ruined the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
she done put the whole pajama set. Let me stop.
Nah, I did not do that. Honestly, no, I didn't do that.
Nah,
It took him a while for him. He said he needed
I needed more.
he needed a moment, and so I honored that. I actually wasn't mad. I knew something was wrong, so I just gave him his space. Like, whatever. You have a choice to be emotional about it or egg it on, and for me, it wasn't that serious, especially when I knew I didn't do anything. But he took too long, and I go to bed because I'm sleepy, so I went to bed. So no nookies that night. He ruined it for himself.
Yeah.
I was tired.
It's all good. I got it. Yeah. We did come back the next day and blessed. Hallelujah.
So yeah, Jerome says when you said nothing wrong and she asked 10 times and assuming something wrong when you said it's not.
Yeah. Now, if it's legitimately nothing wrong, then take him at his word.
I think
But I know
if
with
you have a history of not telling the truth or if her discernment is on point, then it's like you can't expect her not to ask. Then what are you conveying to her when you say it's nothing wrong? Sweetheart, look, it really isn't nothing wrong. You got to learn. If she's saying that, you just keep saying, nothing's wrong, man. I told you, you pissing me off because this. And it's like, well, why are you getting pissed off because I asked you what's wrong when you really have a genuine concern? You should be happy that your spouse or your partner has a concern.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. When you're connected with somebody, and you basically know their moods rather. And so, like I say with Chelsea, her and I, we know each other's moods pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I can tell when something bothering her. She can tell when something bothering me. Mm-hmm. Now, if I choose to share at that particular moment, excuse me, is one thing, and if not, then it's nothing. But definitely the struggle can come when you're not ready to talk and somebody's trying to push the issue. Mm-hmm. But then you got to exercise, hey, look, give me a minute, or not right now type, you got to let them know. But I would definitely say if you had a bad day, and that could be a time where it's definitely a struggle to have a conversation because you're not where you need to be to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Or I know with some people, they have the quote unquote baby mama drama or baby daddy drama, all that stuff. And yeah, I used to do that.
Ethel says he stomps when he's upset and he slams doors. This is how. Yeah, because Daniel, girl, look, we here because when Daniel was upset 2 weeks ago, let me tell you how I knew he was frustrated. So he was taking out the trash for the evening, for the next day. And I'm very particular about my trash cans. So there's a trash can in our bedroom and then there's a trash can for my bathroom. The trash can for my bathroom, he put in the bedroom. And then the trash can for the bedroom, he put in my room. But it was one of the trash cans that wasn't even mine.
No, they were the right trash cans. I had them in the wrong places.
And I'm like, he's slamming things too. And I'm like, boy, why you lying?
She lying.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, boy, you lying. I told him just like that, boy, you lying, but okay.
No, Jerome said she lied.
She lied. Oh my God, y'all are hilarious.
Y'all making this night wonderful. Yeah. But I tend to do that too. But yeah. Oh boy.
Okay, so I have what's something else that may annoy you when it comes to communication that you've been through or other men you've witnessed have gone through when it came to a woman speaking to you?
With communication?
When a woman speaks to you, anything that frustrates you when she speaks to you.
That would only thing I could really think of, it would go back to what we talked about at the beginning with tone.
So for you, the tone?
Definitely a tone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tone.
Tone.
It is, because, tone. The beginning question, now I think I'm going to have to switch.
Okay, so what's something that you do appreciate Like if you're going through something or you're expressing something or you're trying to convey something to your partner or me, something that you would appreciate, that men appreciate when women do this, or would appreciate it if a woman would do that. You know, something that you can think of that you feel makes the conversation easier to have with your spouse. Something that she could do. Basically, it's you're just telling us things that you like when you communicate and things that you wish were done.
Oh, well, I mean, you actually communicate well, right?
Well, we want to be able to
But
other people.
I understand what you're saying. But I, like I said, I've been around you the most. But with other people, just taking time to actually listen to what's being said and hear it with your heart, not just your ears and your mind. Sometimes I think some people in the past have, they'll hear it, but they're thinking too much versus just taking the time to just hear what the person's saying, let them get it all out from their heart, not just, take it in their mind like, oh, but da-da-da-da. Because, I mean, I know I've done it at times, but when it comes to me expressing myself, if I'm going to be vulnerable, let me be vulnerable, let me get it out, and hear my heart. Don't just hear me, hear me with your heart. Don't just hear me with your mind. Don't overanalyze what I'm saying, basically.
Okay. So what else do you appreciate?
When she grabbed my hand.
When she grabbed me and say, come here.
That'll calm me down.
Yeah, the touching.
Yeah,
the touching always centers you.
Yep. Let's see, another thing. Well, definitely tone. We know that part.
I don't know.
That's what's up.
He says, I appreciate when she tells me you're not by yourself. Yes, yeah, that's great.
I know.
That's
I
great.
said it to you.
We're talking about.
I know. I was thinking about he made me think about what
we got it.
over there.
This is what I'm saying. We got. So another thing, Daniel doesn't. I don't know. He's just not thinking about it. We want to hear from a male's point of view things that men do not like about women. It doesn't matter if you've been with me. It's don't like about women when we speak to them. For instance, I'm doing this intentionally. I'm cutting him off because he's not saying nothing. But I know that aggravates him. He ain't even saying nothing. This is how he's matured. He's gotten to a point where he extends grace to me, knowing because we're live that we do that. But I know that annoys him, and I've been doing it for the last 2 minutes, and he has not caught on.
Because you're doing it in love.
So, but we do know that.
That is something that would very much annoy me. Yeah. To cut off. Just feeling like I'm being dismissed. Like I know y'all don't like being dismissed. We definitely don't like being dismissed. And I don't like it when somebody talks down to me. I can't understand what you're talking about. Like, okay, I can comprehend. I'm not the smartest, but I'm pretty darn smart. I'm intelligent. More than what you know. But yeah, you gotta So
those are the things, yeah.
Yes, dear, yes.
That's what we want.
It took me a minute. I told you sometimes I go around got to go around the garden.
The mulberry bush.
You want to run through the red
I
lights.
want them to see so they can we can express and talk about it, because this is another thing. Women are always most of the time down for conversation. But now that you have the ear, one of my pet peeves is when you have a woman's ear and you ain't talking about nothing. You got time to talk, and we're listening attentively, and you ain't got nothing to say. I'm just like, what? Are you serious? Now you get to tell the stuff you don't like, and you ain't getting penalized for it. We are actually in the mode to hear and be receptive, so you can tell all that. Like, I know another thing Daniel don't like. In my first marriage, okay, I can say I am 90% sweetheart. But that 10%, you see my face when I get it like this? That
80-20.
Man,
80-20.
It's 80-20? You think it's 80-20?
It was 80-20.
Oh, he says it's 80-20. I
Because
think
again,
it's,
look, by the time that marriage ended, you was at like you had flipped it to 10 to 90.
I know you lied. Say no, but no, for real, for real.
I had pissed off that bad, so yeah.
So
It got
I
bad.
can say, I can be transparent, and I don't do this like how I used to do before. So everyone has their shortcomings. Daniel doesn't like when I scream.
Oh yeah.
That's a trigger for him. And I don't like when I'm, yeah, that's why I'm, that's,
You haven't, no man, you haven't done that.
so he doesn't like when I scream.
Yeah, but,
Jerome says, I don't like when she talks to me like she my mother. We went through that too.
yeah.
And you know my response is, stop acting like a little boy. Or she say, we on the phone breathing. No, we on the phone breathing and no one not saying nothing. I'm going to hang. Jerome, you are hilarious. We've done that though.
Yeah, we have.
Oh my gosh, we've done that.
Yeah.
Not when we were married, but when
We were dating.
When we were dating. See, when you living together and you married and we on the okay, but it could be when sometimes you could be at work and you on the phone too.
Yeah.
We've done that when we are both not necessarily pleased with each other, but we ain't getting off the phone either. And he probably does want to get off the phone,
Yeah, because I don't be like, yeah.
but because he's too scared that if he get off that phone with me right now, that it's going to cause even more of a rift or frustration, he's indoors. He endures more until I get frustrated and be like, but look, we're not talking about nothing. Da, 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 da.
And then I think if I remember correctly, I be like, oh, what you trying to get on the phone with me?
Yeah, he'll do that.
Knowing I don't really want to be on the phone anyway.
That's what he used to do. Oh my God. You are so right. That's what he used to do, Jerome. He would do that reverse psychology. Oh, so what, you want to talk to me now?
Yeah.
Aren't you the one that wanted to have this conversation to talk?
I'm one, I can't stand talking on the phone at all. But with her, I did it effortlessly. For some reason, she had my attention, and I didn't mind. You don't mind. Yeah, but
He says, I don't like when she talks to me like she's my mother, or she say we on the phone breathing, no one not saying nothing.
Yeah, that's
so I can agree that some of the things that I went through in my marriage, although Daniel never mentioned this, when we talk about some of the things we learned from our separation and our divorce, you know, what God showed us over the years, because, you know, we were married and then we were divorced for 4.5 years. In that time, he looked at himself, I looked at myself, and one of the things that I brought up that he didn't even acknowledge is the fact that no man wants to be mothered by their wife. We hear that often. And so my instant rebuttal is, and no woman wants to feel like she's dealing with a son.
like with a child.
If you're acting emotionally like a child, then that's what it looks like when you're emotionally immature. But at the same time, we still have to give respect. And so I had to acknowledge that I was mothering him too much. And I'm not trying to be his mother. I'm his wife. And one of the things that I had to tell him that I noticed I was doing is, when you drop the ball with something, I feel the need, the obligation to pick it up. And when you don't take the initiative, or when you are not accountable, you put me in a situation to mother you. And I shouldn't have to feel that way. So if you don't want to be mothered, then what should they do, baby?
Step up, be a man. Honestly, when I told her, basically just treat me like you want. Treat me like you see me. If you see me as a man, treat me like a man. Then, because if you don't want to act like a mother, then treat me like a man. It made me, during the course of us being divorced, I had to learn that I was allowing other. Well, I was married. Okay, I was married before her, but I had brought some things into this marriage from my previous marriage from years ago, and I had never dealt with things. So during this time apart, I started dealing with a lot of things from that, And when I did, it helped me understand that I was relying on her too much versus standing on my 2 feet. And so when it came back around, you know, she that was one of the conversations we had. She's like, I don't want to feel like I'm your mother. And I said, you won't, you know, because it's a different side now because I understand where I fell short. And because I understand where I fell short, now I've had time to grow and to mature into the man that she needs and the man that stands before her now. Thank God. Because, you know, I don't want her. We have a son. We ain't trying to be a son and a son, you know. We have a son together. And so, you know, to make her feel safe, you got to step up. Now, I know me probably switching the trash cans and being upset last week. It was childish, yeah. But I was trying. I didn't properly convey that I needed a moment, and so that was a problem. The communication on my end was wrong because I was frustrated. But you got to just come out of your emotions, step up, say okay, own it. You know, my bad. I apologize. And get it back on track. Because the quicker you can get it back on track, the faster y'all can progress forward to the next thing or whatever God has for y'all.
And I just want to interject. The reason why it didn't get into an argument is I didn't say, well, what's wrong with you? Why are you taking it out on me? I extended grace. I'm like, I know you frustrated. I know you lying.
And you know your husband too.
And I knew that me going on would just frustrate him more. So I said, okay. He says he need a moment. I said, okay. Child, I was already in my bed. I turned the light off, rolled over, and went to sleep because he said he needed a moment. I was waiting for him to come back. He took too long. He messed up because, like he said, I was looking really good that night. I was about to put it on him. But he took so long. He told me he needed a minute. So I gave him his minute, and that minute turned into 45 minutes. And in that 45 minutes, man, he came back upstairs. I was knocked out, probably with my mouth open like...
She hadn't quite got to that part. That came a little while later.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh,
Ethel says, I hate when Jerome tells me we need to talk about something important, but 3 days go by and I'm still waiting because it's important. So, sis, I like you, but this is the part of the show where we're letting men tell their issues. Women already had the chance. We can do a part 2. But right now, I'm not going to acknowledge that because I have to be the example. We are letting men share what they want to share right now. So I can't even acknowledge that, Ethel. Not right now, sis.
Can I just give a little tidbit for that?
You can if you choose to.
All right. I know well, we were supposed to talk, and I know I took long in our first marriage to come back and talk. And it was like days, weeks, months that went by, and we were supposed to talk. She said we needed to talk, and I was like, okay, we'll talk, or we would start a conversation, and I would put it on pause. But it's not healthy. It really isn't. And but you know, it goes both ways. Some females do that too. I've had females do that to me as well. We need to talk, and then, but my thing is make sure the conversation has some substance to it. If you're going to say that, like you tell me we need to talk, and it's about how the bed not made up, or the car's dirty, or something minor that you can quickly fix.
Oh, may I say something?
Go ahead.
So this is a prime example of, he just gave a key thing where a breakdown in communication could take place. He just said that if a woman comes to him and says, we need to talk, make sure it's substance. Anything that your wife or your partner comes to you to talk about is substance. So that right there is belittling how she feels. It doesn't matter if it's the trash can, if it's the bed's not made, or if it's not the car. This is I have to put it out there so that people can see.
You're right.
Because it's not even intentional. He's not trying to hurt my feelings. I am in no way frustrated or hurt, but I need you to understand that this is where women talk about how when we come to you about something, you automatically determine that this is not important, and you determine that this is not substance because you didn't make up the bed, because you did not clean the car. But it could be a situation where you always never make up the bed and you're the last one out the bed. Or it could be a situation where she's come to you a couple of times about cleaning the car and you didn't get it done. And see, right there is what we're talking about, men. You cannot do that to women, because most women don't diminish your feelings or say this is not a worthy topic. We're trying to hear anything you have to say, even if it's like, girl, your toes look cruddy, you need to get them done. We care. But you just took 2 or 3 examples and said, make sure it's substance, not making up the bed or cleaning the car.
You're right.
I just want to put it out there.
And you know, and I apologize. You're right. I do agree with you. When you say something important, I'm thinking more detrimental.
It's important to me.
And
if a woman comes to you and says that she wants to talk about something,
yes,
it's important to her.
Yes,
you don't
right.
get to deem whether it's
You're
important.
Right. You're right. I agree with you.
And this right here is healthy communication, how we talk. I'm passionate.
Yes, she is.
About that, because
she didn't yell, y'all.
Yeah, this isn't yelling. Trust me, he would have checked me. Okay, wait, you know. But I needed to put this out there there, because this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, and it's not intentional.
Say it like you love me. Go ahead.
It's not intentional. Mm-hmm. I know you didn't do that intentionally or say that, but that's just what a woman is talking about. We want to know that regardless what we talk about, whether you think it's important or not, it's important to us. So if you're truly listening to us and hearing us, then you should be able to be quiet enough, not make an assessment or have a rebuttal or even say substance, because it's substance to us. It's our heart. It's us telling you how we feel.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I had to seize that moment right there to tell you guys that this is what we're talking about.
But this is a good moment to see how we deal with things, because that was real talk there. Yeah. So I see what Jerome said.
Jerome says, I got another one. I hate when she had a long day at work. I'm
all for listening about it, but not all night.
About her job. No. I'll be like, Lord, leave that mess at work. I hear about her job, sun up, and you know what? And I can honestly say, that's the complete opposite for me. I don't like when Daniel asks me how was my day, because it forces me to hash my day with work, and I choose to leave work at work. And I also work from home. So it's just like, let me not talk about what work was, because I don't want to talk about it at home. I turned it off. So that's the difference between me and other women. I don't want you to ask me about how my day is. I want you to ask me how I feel. But I do understand and I respect that when you say, I hate when she had a long day at work. I'm all for listening, but not all night about her job. So, yes, okay. I think you should.
One thing, sometimes she needs to get it off. Oh, she works from home? Okay. Sometimes she need to get it off her chest. But you have to say, okay, now, I guess, I don't know if the proper way to say it is, you have to create a space for that, so that she'll have her time to do that. But you're like, baby, look, we don't have all night, let's just go ahead and I want you to decompress and get it off, but let's do it in a timely fashion. And that way it's respectable. So you're that way you're not diminishing how she feels and what she needs to. Because if she's home all day, that means she's been looking at everything in that house all day long. And I know from this one here, her sanctuary is the room, is the bedroom. So when she retreats there, but then she works. Her other offices in there as well. So she's looking at that room all day. But then we got the kids in the house during the summertime. We got the kids in the house. So she's dealing with the kids. She's dealing with everything in the household right now. Whereas
he gets to go away from the house, decompress, and not be interrupted.
I'm not.
This is after we are expecting our first child together. I'm 22 weeks, so yes.
Yeah.
I do get it. Emotions,
Yeah,
your hormones.
So in that instance, bro,
oh,
you gonna have to be there. You're gonna have to be that support for her, because she gonna need you more than you realize at this time. You know, but you just have to understand healthy boundaries for how you deal with it. Mm-hmm. You can definitely hear about a day, talk to her about a day, and you know, but like I say, you know, get a timer out, half hour or an hour if she needs an hour, one or the other, something like that. Don't do 15 minutes. You know, give her some time, because she dealing with a lot, and then she got her emotions. She got the baby she's carrying. She also has everything from work. Mm-hmm. And my wife went through this, and actually during the time that she was pregnant with our son, we were moving.
And during COVID.
And during COVID, we moved, and it was only me and my cousin moving a whole house to another whole house. So we made multiple trips while she was pregnant. She could barely stand. She was pretty much bedridden at that time. Mm-hmm. And I'm, you know, so I'm looking like, okay, I'm trying to be there as much as I can to make sure that when I got home, hey, whatever you need to say it. You know, take that time.
So we're going to ask you a question, Jerome, and for all the other men. What's one thing your wife says or does that makes you feel respected, appreciated, or encouraged? Let us know in the comments. What is one thing your wife or your significant other does that makes you feel respected, appreciated, or encouraged? We'll listen to it in the comments.
I know what you do. I guess we got the PG on here.
We're adults. It says respected, appreciated, or encouraged.
No. Well, I'll see what they put first.
Well, you can share yours.
I can share mine. Okay. Well, one thing, it encourages me, and I don't even think she really knew it. It encouraged me, and it makes me feel loved. She'll sit there and she'll just rub her hands through my hair, kind of give me a scalp massage without giving me a scalp massage. But I think it feels good. It's part of her touching, but it lets me know that you know, encourages me to keep going, you know, that she's still with me and she's riding with me. Another thing she does, definitely she prays for me. So that covers it all too. And I love it when she shows me the dimples. Y'all see them dimples right there? For me, that works. Pray for me before
Jerome
work.
says, pray for me before work and let me know I got you. And fuzzy warm arms. Yeah. Aww.
Yep. I know that's right.
Sweet. That's sweet. Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Well, we've had a long discussion on how communication matters, and basically, to go back to the title, Talk to Me Like You Love Me. This whole conversation and dialogue was meant to show that you should be able to talk about anything, no matter how difficult, no matter how uncomfortable. And even if you don't get a resolve at that time, the person still needs to feel, see, witness, and hear that you love them in your speech, in your communication. So talk to each other like you love them. Before we close, we have a challenge. Every day, intentionally speak one encouraging word to your partner, to your spouse. Listen without interrupting and pray together before the day ends. If you do that, I promise you, you're going to see a change. You're going to see a change. The connecting and everything, you're going to see a change. Your spouse may not remember every word you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So this week, say it like you love them.
Yeah. And remember, communication is not about whining. It's about understanding. Taking the time and making sure y'all communicate for understanding.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for Covenant Conversations. Keep honoring God, keep honoring each other, and keep protecting the covenant that God has established. It has been a pleasure talking with you guys.
Absolutely.
Ethel and Jerome, you guys need to hit us up and invest in this. We would definitely love to talk to you and counsel you. So if you're willing to, then just hit us up. Hit Jerome, hit Daniel up. Okay? I appreciate it. Oh, no problem. No judgment here. Look, we've been married,
Went through it all.
divorced, reconciled, and back together. So we are happy to assist you. Rachel, this was good, you guys. Thank you, Miss Dr. Gilder. We appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much. I got to give honor where honor is due. That's
okay,
my
Dr. Sis.
Yes, Dr. Sis Gilder, Rachel Gilder.
Yay.
Yes. Thank you, Jerome, for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Thank you to all those
Thank
that
you,
tuned
Ethel.
in. Ethel, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I think I accepted your friend request. I think I did. And we definitely would love to talk to you guys.
All right.
But until then,
I'm Daniel.
and I'm Chelsea, and we are the Davises.
Work
Bye.
your marriage.
Work your marriage.
Later.
Bye.